First indeed. First indeed. How's it going, celery? Bonjour, celery. Shoop. We came prepared today. We got lots of reading in our future, so I'm dual wielding today with the water. We got some warm honey water with us today. I saw Solar. I got 3-year ads. How's it going though, Solar? You must be doing all right today. You must be doing all right. Hell yeah. Film noir. Film noir. Okay. How's it going, Rex? Some might say over the moon. That's pretty far. Hell yeah. We love going all the way. Practical joke. Practical joke. Petroleum jelly. Flyers mascot is gritty. Uh, what else is gritty? Sweet potato? I mean, the Flyers mascot is also like super fucking orange. Could be an orangutan. Traffic cones are orange. Basketballs are orange. How's it going, Unk? Sandpaper is also gritty. Yeah, that's the Flyers mascot is named Gritty, but he's like orange as fuck. Acquired a good amount of carrots. I also acquired a good amount of carrots. I finally went back and updated one of my S plus long umas. These are orange. I guess in a but like sweet potatoes also orange. I don't know for sure what the four is there. I guess there aren't other ones that are gritty unless they consider film noir to be gritty. Ads still going? Oh sevens, man. They should be over soon. Limousine, paparazzi, and red carpet feel like they fit a little too well together. And velvet rope. These all feel like they fit really well together, right? Just like shit you'll see at an opening for a movie or something. Oh, I got quite a few left to upgrade. Yeah, seen at a movie premiere. I got quite a few. I still have, I think, 2 S pluses, and then I have like 6 or 7 or 8 SSs that I need to upgrade. But like we got a couple good ones. I got a UG7 Sprint Valentine's bourbon built last night. That's pretty good. I think I just hit UG. How are you, man? I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right today. As I said when the stream had just started, I'm dual wielding waters today. I got some warm honey water and we got the normal water because we're going to be reading a lot. I'm going to need it. Okay, petroleum jelly. Hey, thank you for the hydrate. Honey water indeed. Help keep my voice going, you know what I mean? I got Iris's business tape. Around 50 to 100 are possible to exist. That's pretty good then. Stop Eject. I am a social network promo CD and Gene's Olympian on CD today. Where do you get those from? Do you buy them online or do you just go like hunting? That's either super lame or it's a super bait. Which one? Cowboy Coffee, Sandpaper Flyer Mascot Film Noir. Shit that's gritty. Cowboy Coffee. You know, I figured it might be, but I had never really heard of it. This has to be gritty. Yes. Oh, PJ. Petroleum Jelly, Poetic Justice, Private Jet, and Practical Joke. How much you want to bet it is? Also, could you add Songless to your list? Songless? Songless. What is Songless? Oh, this one's interesting because Hmm. I prefer song more. Yeah, we can try this. I'm just gonna have to remember to mute and unmute my. I keep my desktop audio muted, so you guys only hear the things that I want you to, and there's no like doubling up or anything. But I just gotta remember to remute it. It is indeed just PJs. Sweet potato, basketball, traffic cone, orangutan, orange. Thankfully, we got the right one because it was indeed the Flyers mascot is orange. It could have been in the blue. Are you a hockey fan? I am a hockey fan, yes. I'll go ahead and play the song list, but we'll see if I play it more in the future. It'll be fun today though. First I got is a vinyl that was limited to 500. That's still pretty good though. So are you a Lightning fan? I am not a Lightning fan. If I had to pick like a second or third team, it would probably be the Lightning. I'm a Wings fan. I pretty often wear Wings shirts. I got a lot of people, I got a lot of family that lived in Michigan. Most of them still do. Egypt. Okay, 2,000 away from Egypt. That could put us in, I don't know, maybe like Germany, or we're in Africa. Nope, we are indeed in Europe somewhere here. The only thing I know about the NHL is that Anze Kopitar was good for the Kings. That is true. And I only know that because he is Slovenian and he babysat my classmate. That's kind of sick. Yeah, I knew well, I didn't know Anze Kopitar, but like growing up he played for the Kings, yes. And the Wings at the time were in the Western Conference, so we played against them a fair amount. Spain? Honestly, yeah, probably. Yep. All right, let's do the Spottle. Dave. Wayne Gretzky was the GOAT. I don't think there's too many people who think otherwise on that front. All right, not European, probably American, probably before 2014 male group. Well, Lincoln Park fits that bill. Let's just see what that gets us. Okay. Male US. This is after 2005 though. So we're looking at 2006 to 2013. It's not rock or hip hop. Could this be? Ooh, were there any boy bands around that time? Not that were this popular, unless we're talking about like One Direction, but they're UK. That's fair, Rex. I got the ones I want. That's that. 300 to 100, 300 to 100. Pop? Maybe pop, maybe not pop. Who knows? It's could be a metal group, although I'm not sure how many super popular metal groups there are. I guess it could maybe be Disturbed. Are Disturbed considered rock or metal? I would personally put Disturbed under metal, but it's pretty on the borderline there. Uh, Probably not electronic. It could be alternative, maybe, but it's got to be a popular alternative. So, Disturbed are considered dog shit? Wait, what do you have against Disturbed? Are you one of those people that hates Disturbed because they're popular? I've never really caught LMFAO's not bad. They've kind of fallen off though, apparently. 2009 electronic. 2009 electronic. LMFAO is not hip hop. Yeah, they're definitely electro-ish. Wait, 2009 electronic group. I just don't like their music. It's metal for people who don't actually like metal. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's fine to not like Disturbed. It's just kind of weird to like gatekeep metal. It's more new metal than metal. Okay, is Linkin Park also dog shit? Because they're definitely new metal. New metal is still metal. Apparently not Rex. Not according to Rex. Linkin Park is industrial alt. I could have sworn they were described as new metal, but maybe I'm mistaken. They're definitely industrial though. Can't deny that. Disturbed is what happens when a classic singer goes metal. I definitely feel that. You know, you can feel it when he sings a song that isn't metal that he was classically trained. Yeah. They are described as new metal. Okay. Look, brother, it ain't that deep. Their music is just simply ass. I just don't like when people use objective terms to describe subjective things. When you don't like music, it's fine. But when you say, "Oh, it's ass," it's like, "All right, well now you're shitting on everyone who likes it and you're kind of just being a dick." Right? Like I don't even like that much Disturbed. There's a few songs that I listen to from them that I like. But like you're kind of just being a dick when you do that, right? Do you, I guess. I'm not gonna time him out for that. Like, you fine to have your opinion or whatever. It's just a shitty way to put it. I went to Disturbed for free last year. Oh, that's sick. Yet it's one of the most popular. Exactly. It was fun to hate on Nickelback in high school. I do remember those times. They are very popular though, so clearly they must not be ass, right? I think I wouldn't buy a CD of theirs, but if someone gave me a Disturbed CD, I wouldn't mind. Yeah, valid. I would much rather listen to Nickelback, and that's a fine way to put it. Nickelback hate was a bandwagon, correct. My buddy's nephew works HR for the Pacers, and he always gets all kinds of free tickets for that arena. That's got to be a sick gig. That's why you make connections, right? All right, all right. Let's focus back up here. 2009 electronic group. Electronic group. US, popular, but it's a group. Electronic group really be throwing me off. Skrillex and the Titty Boys? Yeah, that's them. I remember when Skrillex joined up with the Titty Boys. Male electronic US. Owl City. They are considered a group, then they probably fit, although I don't know if they're popular enough. No, they are not. He is considered solo. Yep. It's gonna be some group that you wouldn't naturally consider as electronic, I feel like, but has enough electronic elements that they fit the bill. 21 Pilots is alt, but they're like kind of borderline as well. That's what makes them alt. Now go one step further. Oh, thank you for finally working YouTube chat. I appreciate that. Isn't Pilots 2011? I know it's not. It's not 21 Pilots. That's just an example of a group that kind of fits on that line somewhere. MGMT, but I think too old. 2000 on the dot. MGMT is that old? Damn. Like some shit like Cage the Elephant. You know what I mean? Do they fit alt? I would assume they're rock, but what the fuck do I know? Trust me, it's Beethoven. That would make sense. That would make sense. You've successfully managed to pick all of the categories wrong except for male. Cage's alt. Fuck. But they're popular? Who is this? They did a song with DJ Snake? Oh. They did a song with DJ Snake? I just immediately think like the Harlem Shake. Major Lazer? Are they a group? They are a group. Okay. I wouldn't have got that. I kind of assumed Major Lazer was a dude. Major Lazer. Alright, let's snipe this shit. And blank. Ah, you thought you could get this ad thing going. Watch me drive this. Boom, boom, boom. Dead. Okay, I'm done removing elements. Thank you. And Frank, yeah, that's a 12-letter word. Is a blank blank or blank 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 of blank 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 or blank in a blank or in a blank blank or blank. Consciousness. Consciousness. Blank 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 and blank. Wait, blank blank blank. Blank blank blank. Blank and blank. Blank blank blank. Blank blank. Blank blank of blank and blank blank of blank. This could still be a person, but I don't find that super likely. L. L solar. Blank can be blank. Blank blank on blank. Well, it says can be here. Blank of blank. Blank between blank and blank. There are some blank blank between blank and blank. Okay. There are some the blank 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 to have blank to blank blank is the blank blank of blank the blank. Did they not like that for some reason? Go with like a he and a she real quick. There's only one she? Wow. What's the she? If there's one she, about halfway down, and blank 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 have his or her blank. Off topic, but has there been any gameplay of GTA 6 released anywhere? I don't know the answer to that, actually. I remember the trailer didn't have any, I want to say. Dude, I don't know what the fuck we're talking about here. We're gonna just have to start guessing. Process, tool, war. I didn't expect those to really be related, but tool. Group? Yeah, something like that. Only in the newest trailer. There is a single mention of group, of the blank blank group in blank. Blank dot a dot blank blank. As blank percent. I mean, that's clearly many. Right. For around this many years, blank have blank for around this many years existed. Have existed. These things have existed for a certain thousand number of years. And have blank blank during that time as blank 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 blank, and the blank blank for blank blank and blank. Blank or holy shit, that is the whole paragraph is one sentence. Is this a concept? It could be an animal, could be a concept. But I find it odd for it to be an animal that's only been around for thousands of years. It feels like a concept of some kind. Although I don't know if concept is going to give us a ton of hits. I mean, it could be some stupid shit like existentialism. Um, Philosophy. There is some mention of philosophy. Philosophers have talked about it, it looks like. Uh, Not getting it either way, but there seems to be disproportionate amounts of hype relative to what we saw. People just really want it to be good, man. But that genuinely, Rockstar need to understand that this game needs to be fucking perfect. There is too much hype around this game to fuck up any of it. If this game is mid when it comes out, that company is blowing up. Is existentialism as a way of thought old enough? Honestly, I mean it's too many letters anyways, isn't it? I was just kind of guessing. But that's the kind of thing I'm going with. If this game isn't good, we may have an ET situation on our hands. This game is the game is the biggest release of the decade and pull all types of gamers to it. I agree. It's gonna get criticized hard for sure, regardless. But it's a matter of whether or not people who just really wanted it to be good are gonna drown out. This is the kind of game I could see getting defended regardless of how bad it is as well. Hmm. Byproduct. Okay. Nothing about byproducts. Book. Okay, that's not a we could see if we're in that realm. There are some mentions of books. The first one is a few paragraphs down, so it's not itself a book. In blank, blank books or blank blank are blank from a blank of blank. Does this have to do um hmm encyclopedia? That's it is enough letters. I can see it being an encyclopedia. Yeah. Encyclopedia is a reference work or compendium providing summaries of knowledge, either general or special, in a particular field or discipline. Evolved considerably during that time as regards language, size, intent, cultural perspective, authorship, readership, and the technologies available for their production and distribution. All right, let's actually do the song list real quick. So let me pause this. We're gonna turn on desktop audio. Do you guys hear that? Or is that too quiet? Is this what Delibrew does? I don't know, actually. Okay. It's 0.1 seconds, to be clear. Also, you guys can now hear my bleeps and bloops from my chat, so you're gonna have to deal with that. Honestly, I have no fucking clue what this song is. No idea. I hear, like, a cymbal. Stolen Dance? Stolen Dance by Milky Chance? Possibly. Sure. Yep. One cymbal hit. Honestly, if you had given me the 0.5, I probably would have gotten that. That cymbal hit is actually very, I wish I could actually listen to the fucking thing now. But it doesn't let me listen to the half second. You've never heard, oh, you've never heard Stolen Dance. Okay. I could recognize that symbol if you woke me up in the middle of the night. I do like that song. I think I've had it on the playlist, my secondary playlist before. All right. Was that the fucking beginning of the Home Depot commercial? Is that Muse? Is that Muse? What's that song? Garbage Truck by Sex Bomb. What's the... Oh, fuck. Not Resistance. Uprising. Yeah, not Uprising. No, I'm thinking Uprising. Okay. I don't know if I know this one. Barracuda. Could be. Nope, not Barracuda. I was made for loving you. DJ 24-hour stream win. Hi. It's gonna be next week sometime. I'm thinking Friday or Saturday, but I haven't confirmed the day with you. I was made for loving you. There it is. There we go. No way that many people got it in 0.1 seconds from just the guitar. That's crazy. How's it going, Race? Alright, this is hip-hop. That's LMFAO. No. No, that's I Got a Feeling. That's Black Eyed Peas. Yeah. I got a feeling. Yeah. Okay, everybody got that shit. Well, that was good. Let me make sure to remute desktop audio so you guys don't have to hear the bleepity bloopities anymore. And let's get back into the game though. This is cover art. Be real, this looks very Dragon Ball. This feels very Dragon Ball. I don't know why. I think it's there's a little bit too spikiness and too much aura farming. This is Dragon Ball of some kind right there. Dragon Ball what though? Dragon Ball, there's like 80 million of them. 64 out of 80 on a maths exam. That sounds really good. That's like an 80 on what is supposed to be a very hard test, right? Uh, I'm just gonna go Fighter Z because I don't fucking know. It's not Fighters. Okay. Try Budokai 3. Budokai Tenkaichi. Budokai. It is from the Budokai saga. You can see that we're actually in Dragon Ball Z. Would it have been the first one? Highest, I don't feel good though. Highest in my class was 73. Well, out of how many people? And how many people actually got higher than you? I don't remember, Sag. All right, first one. All right. Second one. God damn it, it's a different Dragon Ball Z entirely. We already know it's Dragon Ball. There's no amount of more you can give me that's gonna make it easier for me to know. Taiketsu. Nope. Now we're out in the wrong franchise. Or we're in the wrong saga. Wait, huh? That's Dragon Ball Z. What else is in that saga if not any of the Budokais? I guess it would be have to be Kakuro. Nope, Sparkling Zero. Apparently, Sparkling Zero is a part of that saga, but not any of the others. Sorry, that's just having to hope you get it right because I don't fucking play Dragon Ball. That shit wasn't gonna happen if you gave me 9 choices and I picked wrong. Oh, this is interesting. What is this art for? This seems very distinct. It seems very, very distinct in its art style. Once again, I'm getting kind of Japanese vibes from it, but I don't know why. 55 students and like 10 people I think got higher than me. That's not bad at all. Especially for what's supposed to be a really hard test. I don't think that's too bad. Especially since the highest score was barely a 90. I don't know what this is. Does anybody have any ideas for this one? Like, I'm trying to see what the fuck is going on with the top of that car. I'll study harder next term. Hey, as long as you're motivated. Beach. Death Stranding 2 on the beach? That's definitely it. Dave the Diver? Alright, well, if we're just shooting the shit, I'm gonna go with it then. What's with the pyramid? What's with the weird happy trees with faces and the eyeball pyramid? And we're lost. Happy. Nope. Let's go with uh bro, I'm lost here. Uh did Adventure Time have a game? Adventure Capitalist, that's it. Adventure Island. Adventure Island. Reminds me of that cult game. Oh, Cult of the Lamb, you mean? Yeah. I mean, I feel like the art's a little bit more desaturated. This is a very distinctive art style. I feel like this is very much a you know it or you don't kind of one. Because I feel like with just this, I could have gotten it if I had played the game before. I don't know, is it a Katamari? Nope, not a Katamari. That's not surprising, but I guessed it anyways. There's some weird. Is there like. What's with the weird roller coaster thing going on over here? What's this about? Is there a drive involved? Driver, driving, drive? I know it's not. I'm just guessing it. See, there's like ramps and shit. It's weird. What is this about? Maybe it's a racing game? Maybe? We've currently got it pinged as a platformer. But I don't know that I've seen this game. Let me skip once. We'll go for one more guess. This is not particularly. Does that say eat trash? Nothing in trash. Eat trash. That is what that says, right? Eat TRASH. Yeah, eat trash. That's what that says. There's some bumblebee dude standing on the road. I don't know what this is. I'm just gonna find something and guess it that kind of fits. Ridge Racer, Race, Ridge Racer 2. I don't know. Ollie Ollie World. Never in my life have I heard of Ollie Ollie World, but it's very Japanese, as expected. Ollie Ollie World. Oh, who the fuck are you? You look familiar. Why do you look familiar? It's like there's something going on at the front here. There's something going on here. You look like a mage. You very much look like a mage of some kind. You look like you could be in a Final Fantasy game. Um, that's someone we know, is it? What game vibe are you getting? Is it Zelda's Royal Tunic? You thinking Zelda? Does Zelda dress like this? Not just thinking in tunics. For some reason, I'm getting like Final Fantasy IX vibes, but I don't think that's right. Yeah, it feels like an anime RPG type character, yes. Final Fantasy 14 or something like that. What is their name? They have a V in their name, I want to say. Vivi or something like that. Vivi. Not Vivi, but we are definitely looking very anime now. Pink hair. Pink hair. I am inclined towards either Dragon Quest or Fire Emblem now. I don't think it'd be something like Disgaea. I think that's the color. You think this is the color here? Oh, maybe the hair's green actually. The hair could be the green here, and that could be something else. Yeah, greenish blue, like the mint green going on here. If that's the case, I don't know what's changing up in my head. Bluish green. A mage, clearly. I am feeling Dragon Quest, but I don't know who. I don't know any characters from Dragon Quest because I never actually played Dragon Quest. Um, who's the mage in Fire Emblem? Who's the main? I feel like there is a green-haired mage in Fire Emblem as well, but maybe I'm mixing up, crossing my streams here. I guess I could guess like Lucina and just see if it is indeed Fire Emblem. All right, we are not in Fire Emblem, though it is a human female. I guess I already knew that shit though. Okay, perhaps they're giving us this third because there's some kind of emblem here that should be recognizable to people. Very green hair. Aquamarine, yeah. I bet if you give me her face, I'll be able to tell you. No, I probably won't. What's that other game before Fire Emblem? That's not Dragon Quest and isn't Disgaea and isn't Final Fantasy. Um, I'm not sure. kind of in that line of games. The same JRPG type beat going on. I know what you mean. Hmm. It's not a Tales game, I don't think, and I don't believe it's a Trails game either. This doesn't look very Trails. I guess it could be an early Tales game, but I don't know who it would be in that case. I don't know. Let's do a skip. Let's do a skip. Keep it moving. Oh, who are you? That is actually not a particularly familiar hairdo. She looks smug as shit though, I'll give her that. Search by game enabled? Oh, wait, can I type in like Fire Emblem? Oh, you can now. Oh, that's a nice little change they did. So if you're in the wrong franchise with Fire Emblem, human female, human female. The only Dragon Quest characters I they hit us with the Jade again. That's not Dragon Quest, I don't think. I don't think anyways. Could this be Octopath Traveler? Don't recognize this as an Octopath Traveler. No, I don't see. Bravely Default. No, I'm not seeing this before that. Yeah, this feels a little older. Um, but I don't recognize her. Something Sun? Hmm. Sun. Sun. Golden Sun? That doesn't, I don't recognize that game, but there are a couple from Golden Sun in here. I could see it being Mia. I don't think it's Felix or Isaac. I'm gonna go with Mia. Feels like a Mia. It is a Mia. Mia from Golden Sun, more of a priesty healer type based on this iconic iconography. Which cherry cultists and guillotine? Which cultists and guillotine? Okay. Lucky Lucky Pit? Or that slot game you played? Clover Pit? No, that doesn't have a guillotine. That doesn't have a guillotine at all. You just fall down a big pit. And also, I don't think you're a witch. Or there's cultists. Um, Cherry. Uh, I don't know. Let's just guess something for now. Don't starve together. Billionaire ore mining fruit builds slot machine. Billionaire. So it does. Oh, is this luck be a landlord or something like that instead? I don't think that's it, but it does feel like a slot machine game now, but not Clover Pit. There's Clover Pit has no ore mining, and Luck Be a Landlord doesn't either, as far as I'm aware. But Fruit Builds does make it sound like it's a roguelike that you can do that with. What is Luck Be a Landlord? It's another one of those roguelikey slot machine type games. It came before Clover Pit. I'll go with Luck Be a Landlord, just because technically I've never played it. It is Luck Be a Landlord. I didn't know that. I didn't realize there was ore mining involved in that game. But we will go with Clover Pit here if it makes the list. All right. Before 2020, tis a single player game, came out on PC. No amount of action, horror, or comedy, although I'm gonna be real with you guys, I'm not sure Clover Pit's an action game. But do you, I guess, if you say so. Uh, okay, the Talos Principle. First one. All right, 2009 to 2013. There is sci-fi involved. No horror, no action, no comedy, but there is sci-fi. There is indeed sci-fi. The only shared aspect between these two games is indie. So either it has like strategy and adventure or something like that, or it's an indie game. I don't like this one because it gets shit wrong. It does get shit wrong sometimes. No argument there. But let's look for an older sci-fi game. 2009, 2013 sci-fi. Uh, First person though. Sci-fi first person. First person sci-fi. Adventure sci-fi. Um, Borderlands 2, no way that doesn't have action. But I'll guess it. Nope, that has co-op. That's a reason I won't guess it. I'm certain they got that right. uh, so just like an exploratory game, maybe. Maybe, yeah, no action is curious. And no horror or comedy either. What are our options here? There's quite a few. Science, science, science. Sci-fi. We're not looking at Spore though. I'm pretty sure that has every fucking category. I remember that having like 80,000 themes and genres. Uh, could be open world, but open world wasn't as popular back then. Portal 2? That could fit. I don't mind a Portal 2 guess. Okay, we're 2012, 2013. Portal 2 is considered action. Curious. So the chase sequences and such, I suppose, are enough to get the action tag. This makes a little more sense than Clover Pit. I still don't really like it, but okay, we have some amount of shooter, platform, adventure, and puzzle. I find it unlikely that it's shooter. So some amount of puzzle action or puzzle adventure or platforming. A platforming. A platforming. Either that or it's a card and board game that also has adventure elements, but I'm not sure I'm vibing with that. It's also not a Source engine, and it isn't a Valve game. BioShock Adventure probably is Infinite, or BioShock Infinite is probably adventure, but I also assume it's action. Celeste? Sure. Celeste's not first person. That's side scroller. Unless I have completely lost my marbles. Okay, there's no Final Fantasies that were ever in first person. Although I would consider Final Fantasy 13 to be sci-fi in nature. Uh, it's not. It's not that. Sci-fi, sci-fi. Possibly indie though. Some walking simulator type game. maybe? Sci-fi. Sci-fi is kind of a broad one, isn't it? I could just go with like a random Mass Effect just to see where that lands us. I know it's not. Hmm. None of the Halos would work. Sci-fi, but no guns. What do you do with sci-fi if not cool guns and lasers and spaceships and shit? Like what do you do if it's not that? What else is it? Tech? Time travel? Since I have a bunch of tickets to go do, I'm gonna go finish this. Okay, word. Time travel? Time travel. Time travel? I don't know. Let's go Final Fantasy 13. I don't want to be here much longer anyways myself. Pacific Drive? Maybe? I've never heard of Pacific Drive. The puzzle mystery? Unreal puzzle mystery. By Alexander Bruce. Why the fuck would you give me the dev of an indie game, man? Why would you give me the dev of an indie game? Puzzle mystery game where you walk a lot? Yeah, that's kind of what I assumed. A walking puzzle mystery game. Looks similar to Exit 8? Looks similar to Exit 8. What was before Exit 8? There were games like Exit 8 before Exit 8. Blueprints, no, it's way too old, way too recent. Um, Looks similar to Exit 8. Like an SCP game or something? Probably not. Backrooms type shit? Almost certainly not. But like not detailed? Like Exit 8, but not detailed? It's a weird indie. Yeah, fuck that then. We'll see if I've even heard of it. Anti? Antechamber? Maybe. Yeah, it's Antechamber. Oh, this one gave me a fucking headache. I remember this. I didn't realize this was 10 years, 13 years old. I also didn't realize it qualified as a mystery game, but see how it reminds me of Exit 8? I mean, kinda. Exit 8's way simpler than this. This is an actual puzzle game, at least. Exit 8 is literally walk back and forth and look for differences, and that's that. Anyways, let's go ahead and get ourselves some Ace Attorney going. In the meantime, I am going to go run some ads and heat my honey water back up because it has cooled. And I would like it to be warm. I'll be right back. I'm not really going that far away anyways, eh? Just gotta go walk out there and put it in the microwave. Do do do. There's the screen we needed. We can stop the music. Oh, that's cool. The background changes depending on what adventure you were last on. Look, it's the room we were in. Ooh, yeah, that's much better. That will make sure my throat will not be sore. Alright, so we've got examine and converse. I suppose I will examine. Okay, there's plenty to look at. Excuse me, Mr. Russian man. What happened to your face, by the way? I know we're gonna have to talk about it at some point, but what the fuck happened to your face, buddy? Why does it look like you laid on a grill? Excuse me, but could I ask you something? You little stowaway murderer. That wasn't a good start, was it? Alright, let me try instead. Good day, Mr. Sailor. I'm so sorry to trouble you, but could I perhaps ask something of you? You little third-class lady's maid? Oh. Alright, so he's just an asshole, got it. We seem to have caught this sailor on a bad day, Susato-san. I am not sailor. My mother gave me name. I am senior crewman Biff Stroganoff. Okay. Got it. Best thing is just to avoid eye contact, I think. This guy's name is Beef Stroganoff. Mr. Stroganoff, about this first-class cabin area. How's it going, Luna? Here we are in the finest part of Buria steamship for very important persons. What sort of very important persons? Government officials, kings and queens traveling in secret, many important persons. That is why I am always guarding this place. Gosh, that's amazing. But somehow I let a stupid stowaway inside. I want to pick you up and throw you in ocean. But Stroganoff is not animal. Thank you. How's it going, by the way, Luna? If I may, I was wondering, is the cabin next to Mr. Asogi's currently occupied? Da. Susato-san. Oh, sorry, that's me. Susato-san, did you understand that? It sounded like da. I think it's probably Russian for yes or no. Genius. It is not permitted to visit other cabins without invitation. Well, it sounds like there is somebody in the next door cabin at least. Yes, it's tantalizing. Tantalizing? Is that the word? Could you tell us who's traveling in the cabin next to Mr. Asogi's? His name is Mr. Grimsby Roylott. Grimsby Roylott? I don't... what's the pun there? He is a very important Western gentleman. Hold on, I need to look at this for a second. Whatever. I'm sure we'll figure it out when he's got some sort of character vibe going on. Do not think about it. He has nothing to do with murder of student boy. How can you be so sure about that? Mr. Roylott is authentic Western gentleman. Such a man would have no interest in lowly student from insignificant Far East islands. You must be a detective? Something like that. Currently accused of murder, but as far as I'm aware, I didn't do it. That was harsh. Could you tell us when Mr. Roylott came aboard? That is not your business. Ah, turtle with the paragraph. Hold on. I love Linux, but damn, it is annoying. Is it annoying when something is natively supported? Got an OBS plugin I gotta use, but it's only available on Windows, so now I'm running OBS in a Windows translation layer. What line? Which Proton uses. Just to have a background server running to have an overlay if I paid OBS. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'll stick with... Yeah, it's all fun in games until it takes like 17 hours to figure out how to get around one particular issue. Ugh. I love Linux, it's just better than Windows. To each their own. I don't really ever have trouble with Windows, so I haven't really felt any reason to switch. Come to think of it, even though we've been at sea for 2 weeks now, and I've been in Cosmo's cabin the entire time, I've never once heard anything from the next door cabin, or even felt like there's anyone there. Well, presumably, since this gentleman is occupying one of the first-class cabins, he must be rather important. Is that right? That is not your business. Are you on watch here all the time, Seaman Stroganov? No, all the time. So criminals like you cannot come in, or get out. I wonder, could you tell us anything about last night at all? It is sad about student boy. Were you on watch last night as well? Of course. And did you notice anything at the time? Anything unusual? This guy's mad at us. Deadass been troubleshooting this shit for 2 hours now. Gonna get a clanker to rewrite the plugin as it is. Nothing keeping it Windows native. Just write it in Linux, yeah. Yet. I'm gonna assume that's no. Susata-san, did you understand that? It was clearly a no. I saw nothing unusual, nothing at all. And you didn't hear any strange noises or sense anything was wrong in some way? This man lying. Look at this man. Look. I just got done playing L.A. Noire. X'd out. I said no. Sorry. I'm not so sure. Also, are we gonna talk about... Are we gonna talk about the grill marks? Or are we just letting that go? I could have sworn that he wouldn't catch my eye for a moment there. This is enough. I cannot say more now. Oh. It is time for me to report to Captain. You must return to cabin. Yes, alright. Bulkhead to second-class area is staying locked at all times. You escape when the lobster whistles on top of the mountain, or as English say, when the pigs fly. Yes, I understand. Good. Now we can investigate this area properly. Shall we? Definitely. Time for some examination. Examine the door. It's locked. Is something wrong? I was thinking about making a run for it. Just for a moment. Things aren't exactly going well for me. I might be wrong, but I imagine the moment you reach for the handle of the door, that burly seaman would surely shoot you dead. Damn. Oh dear, I'm sorry. Perhaps I went a little too far there. No, I started it with my talk of running away. There's no way I could run away while Cosmo's death remains a mystery anyway. Yeah, how would you live with yourself, sir? Okay, that's, I guess, how they call people. And just scream into the pipe. Ah! That book on top of the table there is really huge. There's a pen with it. Yes, I'm sure that's the ship's log. Shall we have a little look through it? That's a book. The writing is so neat and precise. Every detail about the voyage has been meticulously recorded. You wouldn't expect a rough and ready... Oh, my bad. I pressed the button too fast. I'm trying to look at the history. You wouldn't expect a rough and ready sailor to have such beautiful handwriting.
Anyway, look here. Last night's log is mostly blank.
Presumably that means there was nothing to report. Presumably. You know what they say about presuming. Can someone tell me what they say about presuming? This looks like a plan of the SS Budia. It shows each deck. Look.
The Budia is a large-scale steamship with a triple-skinned hull. What a marvel of engineering.
Well, it's been playing on my mind for a while now, actually, but how's that such a huge lump of metal doesn't just sink to the bottom of the ocean?
Oh, that's really quite simple, Naruhodo-san.
It is? Yeah, air.
Well, consider the Japanese archipelago.
The islands of Japan.
Yes, they're not metal, but they are enormous lumps of earth, many, many times larger than this ship.
Alright, I'm not following you right now, but continue.
And they don't sink, do they? They've been floating happily on the sea since the gods created them.
We're gonna let that one slide, Susato. You're not winning yourself any points in my book right now, though. Well, I suppose so. He's not very convinced either, is he? Okay. Fire alarm, door. Now let's poke the door. This is it. This is the cabin next to ours. Chick thinks islands float, exactly. The ventilator connects to.
Yes, the ventilator from which Kazuma-sama wrote that.
He saw a speckled band emerging. Maybe whoever's in this cabin can help solve that particular mystery. Let's ask. Knock knock. How much you want to bet Herlock is the one who lives next door or some shit? No answer.
We're out of luck, it seems. There's no one in here to help us with our inquiries.
How annoying. What do you think this is? It's a very pleasing shape, isn't it? Brother, that is clearly an alarm.
That's the emergency alarm. It's probably best not to touch it.
Oh. Alarm.
It says, press only in times of emergency.
It looks as though it sets alarm bells ringing all over the ship, and brings the vessel to a complete stop. Okay, I'm not sure how that's gonna help, but okay. Hello, PJ. Or would you rather PB and J? I think I'd rather PB and J, honestly. Ooh, I'm gonna press the button. Ooh, I'm gonna touch the button.
Oh, this I have to see. What are you doing, Naruhodo-san? You mustn't touch it.
But this is an emergency situation. Just look at these handcuffs. No, Jesus Christ, no.
You know full well that's not what the alarm is for. If you were to bring this vessel to a standstill for no good reason, you'd be in an even worse situation.
Might be funny for 3 seconds. Exactly. It'd be funny until the first person arrives. Just run into the room and hide in there. I wish everything would just stop, this ship included.
If you have to do something foolish, at least make it something that doesn't affect everyone else.
What was that? Came from inside the cabin. I would have done a louder shout, but I don't know who's in there.
Such a high-pitched scream. It has to have been a woman.
See, that's why you don't commit, because if I had gone for my scream, it wouldn't have sounded anything like that. Unless it was a very butch woman. Stand aside! I'm about to break the door down!
Mr. Sholmes!
I shan't be stopped! When the fit is on me, I revel in kicking doors off their hinges.
Please, wait, Mr. Sholmes. The door doesn't appear to be bolted.
The door's just unlocked. It doesn't? Then how the deuce can I dispatch this muscular urge? What, pray, can I kick? I think we should go in. There's no time to think about stress relief. "9th January, SS Budia, first class, cabin, number 2. Oh, the fuck? Who are you? This guy looks Russian. Is this the Russian revolutionary? Ryunosuke is a punching bag. He has gotten the Susato special a few times already. A Western gentleman? This man looks Russian to me. We heard a woman scream. A woman? Don't be absurd. As you can see, there's nobody but me in this cabin. True, this old man does appear to be the only person in here. But in that case, who just screamed? Get out, all of you, now! Please excuse the intrusion, but you're Mr. Grimsby Royla, I believe. Shades on indoors, immediately suspicious. Yes, that's me. And you are? I am the one and only, the actual Herlock Sholmes. You've heard of me, no doubt. No. I'm a great detective among great detectives. One who adorns the covers of popular magazines, no less. So I assure you, you may trust me completely. The man uses that magazine like a business card. A detective? I do not trust detectives. We distinctly heard a scream emanating from within these walls. But there wouldn't appear to be a lady concealing herself within the wardrobe this time. So might I be so bold as to ask you to open that small traveling case? Insane yet? Not Russian? Russians can't know English. That's not allowed. What? Don't be stupid. How could anyone fit in a small trunk like that? What about the big-ass bag back there? Well, it's quite fashionable these days, is it not? Traveling inside one's trunk. Don't look at me. Oh my. Did you see that, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes, the case just shook. Leave, now. Otherwise, I'll call the steward. So this is Cosmo's neighbor, Mr. Grimsby Roylat. There's no doubt about it. This strange Russian man is hiding something. I couldn't agree more. Let's see if we can find some clues before that burly sailor returns. Wait, you're just gonna let me look around your room anyways? Herlock, what are you doing? Joke's on you, we know the guard. Okay, I didn't actually want to click there. Aha. What do you think you're doing? Ah. This is my cabin. Get out. Could we just have a quick look inside your traveling case, perhaps? That shelf is identical. I do think it was because of the ship. This is also knocked over. I'm pretty confident the ship did some crazy shit last night and knocked over the books. That's why they're in there with like a safety bar, right? So they don't come like wee out. No. What a pity. I think we're out of luck. I think you're right. There doesn't appear to be anything more we can do. I agree, but there may be someone else who can help. Perhaps that great detective could get somewhere with Mr. Royla. Do you have a moment, please, Mr. Sholmes? You need only address me as Sholmes. That's what I just did, isn't it? Well, Mr. Sholmes, what were you doing in there? Why, I was resting, of course. Resting? Indeed. I was contemplating our sea voyage from the confines of the wardrobe, whilst waiting. Waiting for the inevitable time that you would need to call my great powers of detection into service. Oh. And it would seem that the hour is upon us now. The time has come. Am I mistaken? Well, no, actually, you're spot on for once. Observe closely. Our Russian host in this cabin, Mr. Roylott, is clearly trying to hide something. Yes, in his pocket there. Lawnmower guys are here. Sorry if you catch that. And do you know what the most effective weapon to use against a Russian hiding a secret? Why? The truth, of course. Doesn't that apply to everyone? Though it should be pointed out that such methods are not exclusively for the Russians. Okay. Right. Can you imagine how the Russian will react when the secret he guards so closely is exposed? Would you like to witness it?
Oh, yes, please.
Well then, what you are about to see may well astound you. For I am about to apply my great detective's greatly admired great deduction to the case. Could this man be a more hackneyed portrayal of dubious Russian, I ask you?
What?
From time to time, it occurs to me. Is the fellow dubious on account of his Russianness, or Russian on account of his dubiousness? Jesus Christ, Sholmes. I really don't think either of those things should be occurring to you, or anyone.
That's right. And Mr. Sholmes.
I know this man's beard and dark glasses are hard to ignore, especially on first meeting, but I once read,
it is a capital mistake to theorize before you have all the evidence. It biases the judgment.
I must have complete silence. Watch this be that chick from the first case. This guy? What are you doing? Why are you peering at my face like that?
Ah, just as I thought. Yes, I have quite made up my mind now.
Wait, I believe that it's an English person disguising themselves. But the sailor did say it was an English gentleman. I feel like that lady would not be caught dead disguising herself. You know what I mean? That lady feels like she would. She's gonna ride the ship of her own power. You know what I mean? She's not sporting this. The high-pitched scream. This is true. Perhaps they're traveling together. It's possible she has a companion. Maybe she's in the case. She could be in the suitcase. I don't know how the fuck she would fit in the suitcase, but maybe. I'm betting she's a spy. That much I believe. Was she not already wearing a mask? I mean, she would hold one up to her face, I guess. She was being super extra with it. It's possible. It's possible this Russian man is actually a British woman. And the sailor only ever saw her walking around in a different disguise as a man? Maybe? She's double layered in that in the subterfuge and the espionage, maybe? There can be no other explanation that accommodates all the facts. Mr. Roylott, I have reached two incontrovertible conclusions. What do you mean? Number one, your true identity is that of a villain. Using those shears, you're about to end the existence of something most dear. Are you not? And number two, the other conclusion I have drawn, you are, at this very moment no less, in the midst of committing a most grievous crime. Just saying she might be hiding something. Maybe Giselle Bread isn't her name as well. True. I mean, yeah, that might... I mean, once you're at spy level, just... Wait, have you played this game before? Beneath your beard, your mouth quivers with nervous tension as you realize you have been discovered. Does it not? Ah!
Naruhodo-san, I never imagined I would witness one of Mr. Sholmes' great deductions with my own eyes.
That was a great deduction?
Nothing can deceive Mr. Sholmes. In a single glance, he can deduce all there is to know about a person.
I've seen it before. Watching you.
What ineffable twaddle. Oh yes, I've read about it countless times in The Adventures of Herlock Sholmes. Now I've experienced the astonishing impact of his great deduction firsthand. This is like a dream come true.
I can hardly believe it, but all the color has drained from Mr. Roylot's face. It looks like somehow both of Mr. Sholmes' conclusions were right. How could I possibly know such things? You wish to say. Very well then. I shall elucidate. I shall explain how it was that I arrived at this pair of conclusions. I feel I'm offering accurate prose. I suppose so. So I do cordially invite you upon a journey of logical discovery. Let us board the train of reasoning. Although I will say, none of your conclusions are ever going to be wrong. So it's not really a possibility when you say it, right? Knowing that you know, I can conclude that you are not giving me wrong information. Unless you're intentionally fucking with me. Maybe Sholmes is actually chicken. I can't put the cat back in the bag now. So I do cordially invite you upon a journey of logical discovery. Let us board the train of reasoning. Put plainly, let us work through my deductions together. The great deduction. The game is afoot. Topic 1. Old man's identity. So, the dubious-looking Russian Mr. Roylott, obviously, what catches the eye in the first place is the enormous pair of shears in your hand. Now, we ask ourselves, what could you possibly want with such an implement? The answer, of course, is staring us in the face. You are on the verge of using the shears to cut away the copious beard you sport. Now, moving on. The question then begged is this: why would you desire to rid yourself of this magnificent beard, Mr. Roylott? Once again, the answer is plain. We have clear evidence to shed light on the matter. Regard, if you will, this morning's newspaper. In particular, this fascinating front-page article. Jesus, he's accusing him of being the Russian guy as well. Which would appear... It would appear you have read also, Mr. Roylott. I'm sure it needs no further clarification. The evidence that reveals your true identity is the article about the revolutionary. Clearly the same guy, right? In translation, the headline reads, Revolutionary villain Bolshevik flees Russia via Shanghai. This guy's been on the ship for more than one night, though. As you cannot fail to observe, the subject of the article possesses an extremely copious beard. Having noted the article yourself, you decided to remove your incriminating facial hair before it gave you away. In short, your true identity is beyond doubt. You are the fearsome Russian revolutionary himself, Villain Bolshevik. Not that I've heard of you myself, you understand. A revolutionary on the run. Okay, that's obviously wrong. Topic 2, wrongdoing. Now, as for my second conclusion. You are, at this very moment, on the brink of committing a most grievous crime. And the proof of this crime, over there. Oh yes, Mr. Roy. Taken unawares, people have a propensity to let their eyes astray, you see. Ah! And I assure you, the eyes speak so much more eloquently and honestly than the mouth. The answer we seek lies where the furtive glance falls. The proof of your crime sits before our very eyes. Yes, that traveling case. It is time, I think, that the case be opened and its contents laid bare. No, I refuse. What could you possibly be concealing inside, we ask? By my estimation, a young lady, perhaps. One slight enough to fit therein. Don't be absurd. And what, pray, would be the identity of this young lady in the traveling case? Dear me. We are not well suited to a life of crime, are we? Your careless coup de duel? I have no idea how to pronounce that word. Betrays you. Once again, we need only follow your furtive glance to find the answer. Yes, the reason you refuse to open your traveling case can equally be found in the pages of this newspaper. For there is another, most stimulating article. If we turn from the fleeing revolutionary to the back page. This guy is so extra. Renowned prima ballerina of the Novovich Ballet disappears from Shanghai. Such a headline can lead us to but one conclusion. Your crime is that of abduction. And according to the article, the young lady's name is Nikolina Pavlova. This one at least feels closer to a potential answer. Thus concludes Herlock Sholmes' great deduction of this Russian enigma, Elemensky. Susato-san. That wasn't one of the great deductions I've been hearing so much about, was it?
Well, the stories are full of Mr. Sholmes' brilliant deductions, you know. But that did seem a little different, somehow.
Excuse me, Mr. Sholmes, could you come over here a moment? Pray, what can I do for you? It's about your deductions. Would you mind? Not at all. Go on. Well, to start with, there's the newspaper article. I think we had the same discussion before, but these two men look nothing like each other. Ah, yes. I recall our discussion earlier. And at the time, I believe I told you that the man is a revolutionary. Well able to revolutionize his own appearance. Yeah, but can you really revolutionize your facial structure?
In fairness to Mr. Sholmes, Mr. Roylott does look more like this man than you do.
Well, yes, he does look more like him, but clearly is not him. That's not the point. And another thing... Oh, sorry, that's me. And another thing. That part about him abducting the ballerina. Indeed, a truly startling revelation. At first glance, the case would appear too small to accommodate a young woman. Not just at a first glance, it is too small, clearly. Revolutionize these nuts. You'd be lucky to fit a 5-year-old child into that case, even if you push really hard.
I don't suppose the missing ballerina is a 5-year-old child, is she? You mean you don't know?
No, the young lady is 15. No, I didn't know. How could I?
Well, if she's 15, that 10 years worth of her would be poking out from the case.
Some years ago, I read something pertinent, I believe. A troop of men consuming vinegar daily in order to promote a certain liveliness in their bodies.
Vinegar?
For such a sour bunch, it would surely be simplicity itself to contort oneself into the confines of that small case. Okay, but this isn't that.
Oh dear. You might be thinking of contortionists in the circus, Mr. Sholmes.
This whole thing is turning into a circus.
Mr. Naruhodo, something's occurred to me about Mr. Sholmes' deductions just now. I think his powers of observation are, well, magical. His eyes cut to the heart of a matter almost instantly. It's just where he directs his attention and his logic that seem a little off.
Your idea of a little may be a little off itself, Miss Susato.
It's just one or two key words in his deductions that seem to let him down. So I was wondering if we might perhaps tactfully switch them for alternatives. What do you think?
Switch some key words in his deductions.
Yes, but very tactfully. I feel sure if we could do that, we'd unlock the true genius of Mr. Sholmes' great deduction.
Precisely the thought that was going through my own mind. This man is a lot of work. At times, I wonder how anyone puts up with me. Not that funny. Ah, and you, my good fellow. Sorry? Take a moment to look at your wrists. My wrists? Huh?
Ah, where are your handcuffs?
Huh? How did... I felt they may hinder your ability to follow me in our depths of deduction. I don't believe it.
Mr. Sholmes, you are a marvel.
He knows how to pick locks? Okay. And don't worry, I shall restore the shackles to your wrists when we are finished. I'm not worried, in fact, I'd rather stay like this. So, let us begin. Herlock Sholmes is proud to present his logic and reasoning spectacular. Course correction. Ooh. So we're listening to it again, but we're correcting it. So So this is the same, right? Yes, this is the same. Yes, that's definitely... What is he doing with those shears? The answer, of course, is staring us in the face. You were on the verge of using the shears to cut away the copious beard you sport. No? That doesn't sound right.
I'm not sure. Would you really use shears like that to cut off a beard?
I doubt that's something I'll have to ever worry about. It doesn't quite sit right with me, though.
It doesn't seem to be sitting right with Mr. Roylott either.
Which means, I suppose, that the deduction is wrong.
Let's try to switch a key word here, Naruhodo-san, and see if it helps matters.
Alright, but how?
I think we should start by taking a long, hard look at Mr. Roylott.
Wonder if it's really his beard that he intended to use those shears on.
Exactly. If we do manage to find something that seems to fit the sense of Mr. Sholmes' deduction better,
then what?
Then I'll leave the rest in your capable hands, Naruhodo-san.
Why am I the one to do something about this? Well, anyway, let's see if there's anything we could even use to switch around in that last sentence. What exactly was Mr. Roylott really going to use those enormous shears for? His thick hat? Aha! Ahahaha! Hee 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 hee! Hoo 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 hoo! I haven't seen your back, but now that I'm looking at it, you got quite a bit going on back there, don't you? Sus. I like that it just kind of slides through the wig as well. Very well done, very well done. How did you get away with this for so long, by the way? What's this?
It looks like a cascade of stunning golden locks.
No, the color is not the point. The point is, what's it doing on the back of Mr. Roylott's head? And how is it still grown out from underneath his thick black hair?
Oh yes, that's true. So it's stunningly beautiful and stunningly surprising.
Something's definitely not right here.
Yes!
Yes! Fake ass beard, indeed. Oh shit, oh, we hit him with the pose too. You were on the verge of using the shears to cut away the golden locks you sport. Indeed. You have identified the precise detail that I was intending to expose. How's it going, by the way, Ken? Such lush, golden hair certainly does not befit an old man. You're not a man at all. You're a woman. And judging from the length and sheen of your hair, one's still very much in her youth. Oh no. If only I had managed to cut my hair, no one would have suspected. The question then begged is this: why would you desire to rid yourself of these magnificent locks? Once again, the answer is plain. We have clear evidence to shed light on the matter. I'm sure it needs no further clarification. The evidence that reveals your true identity is the article about the revolutionary. No. Going God. Hell yeah, we love when it's going God. Well, that was a shock. I had no idea that old man was really a young woman in disguise, did you? What? Why are you staring at me like that?
Yes, it was a surprise, Naruhodo-san. You're enjoying this, aren't you?
Sorry?
You look like you're in your element as you dance around the room, deducing the facts with Mr. Sholmes.
I'm just doing what we agreed. I'm not having fun or anything. Baka? This is strictly but yes, I understand. Say no more. Well, anyway, let's focus on this next part of Mr. Sholmes' deduction, shall we? The evidence that he's picked out doesn't fit the facts at all now.
No, that's true, given that Mr. Roylott is actually a woman.
Exactly. He, or rather she, can't possibly be this merciless revolutionary.
I suppose it's because the deduction as a whole has taken a different direction now.
Yes.
Wrong! The deduction is wrong! One of the worst. Sleepy Sholmes! That's what I call him, Sleepy Sholmes. Because he's asleep at the wheel.
For some reason, this woman needed to try to hide her true identity. I feel as though I've either read or heard about a young woman in a situation like that recently. Yeah, let me get on with it here. It's on the back of the page.
Yes!
Lost my laptop considering a cyber deck. What's a cyber deck? The evidence that reveals your true identity is, of course, the article about the ballerina. That's right, you've hit the nail on the head. Renowned prima ballerina of the Novovich Ballet disappears from Shanghai. So extra. It would appear we are finally able to address you by your true name. Yes, because your true identity is that of the Novovich Ballet's prima ballerina, Miss Nikolina Pavlova. Oh. That's not ideal. Damn, she pretty though. Hold on. She really is pretty. I mean, I guess that makes sense when you're the prima ballerina, eh? We're aura farming now too, yeah. Boom, hit him with the boom and the boom. Although, I'm still confused as to why a 15-year-old is running away. What are you doing? Please don't tell anyone. Hold on. Why was she? I thought she was kidnapped. Oh, she disappeared. She wasn't kidnapped. It was fucking Sholmes who was telling us she was kidnapped. Like a PDA, but more portable. Okay. A ballerina on the run. Wrongdoing. Now, as for my second conclusion, you are, at this very moment, on the brink of committing a most grievous crime. And the proof of this crime, over there. Oh yes, Miss Peddler. Taken unawares, people have a propensity to let their eyes stray, you see.
Ah.
And I assure you, the eyes speak so much more eloquently and honestly than the mouth. Ken saw that Cyberpunk PDA video? The proof of your crime. Oh, yes. I've already read this now. This woman is the ballerina, and she's right in front of our eyes. So clearly she can't be inside that traveling case as well. No, that's right. It seems she wasn't abducted at all. In which case, what is the crime this young woman is apparently committing? She got a pet on board or something? That would be my guess. Or that snake that we heard mention of earlier?
You seem to look pleased, Naruhodo-san. Do you like the idea of another chance to dance around with Mr. Sholmes?
Stop it. Anyway, there must be something else here that shows what this woman is up to. What did she glance at that's evidence of her crime? Oh, are we talking about the tiara? Oh, yeah. She was concealing herself and she was like, ah, shit, I left my tiara out. She's stealing. Look at this dazzling tiara.
I've never seen anything like it. Are those real diamonds, do you? Oh, Naruhodo-san, try it on.
What? Me? Isn't it usually girls who wear tiaras? Wouldn't you like to try it on?
Oh no, I couldn't possibly. It's far too beautiful.
Why does this tiara look familiar? I feel like I've seen it somewhere recently. Yeah.
Yes!
Proof of your crime is surely this tiara.
Ah.
I believe this tiara is worn on stage by dancers in the Novovich Ballet, is it? Ah. Congratulations, DJ, on your acceptance into Harvard Law School. That sounds like a fake name for a law school that they would have come up with for this game. Not quite Harvard, legally distinct Harvard Law School. Indeed, it would appear to be identical to the tiara pictured here in this newspaper article. And if the reporting is to be believed, it's an item worth 20,000 rubles. In summary, the crime you have committed is theft.
Oh no.
Yes, you left your ballet troupe, unlawfully taking their precious tiara with you. Ah! Or ah!
I have no one, no family, no friends. I am all alone and I need money. But I did not steal the tiara. It was a present from, how do you say, an Earl of Prussia. It belongs to me. That's, okay. This girl is only 15 years old, and she's run away all by herself. She must have been extremely lonely. Alright, I will tell you everything. There is no point to hiding it.
Come, that has not to be hasty. He just wants to finish his bit. I believe Herlock Sholmes spent his days at Roxor College. Yeah, exactly.
What?
There remains one unsolved mystery about it.
Mystery? What do you mean?
You have staunchly refused to open this traveling case of yours in our presence. It is reasonable to conclude, therefore, that there exists some reason why you wish it to remain closed. Is that not so, Miss Peddler? My dear girl, there is no sense in playing games with me. Nothing escapes my attention. Indeed, I have a very good idea of the contents of your case, even before I have ever laid eyes on them. Dear me, we are not well suited to a life of crime, are we? You're careless. Oh, this bit. Okay. Yes, the reason why you refuse to open your case is written in the books on the shelf. What? Just gotta push him back in the right direction. He's completely changed tack with his deduction now.
I think Mr. Sholmes is adapting his logic to the changing circumstances, don't you?
Maybe, but why has he suddenly brought the bookshelf into all this? It's just a wild guess, surely.
Oh, do you think so?
Well, it doesn't seem likely that the reason why this young woman doesn't want to open her case would have been written in a book that doesn't even belong to her.
Yes, that's true.
But still,
Miss Pavlova certainly did cast her eyes in that direction. I noticed it myself.
then there has to be another reason why she won't open her case. And it must be somewhere in the same area, if that's where her gaze was involuntarily drawn.
I agree, that's the only answer.
Whatever she has hidden inside that case should be revealed by following her gaze in the direction of the bookcase. Small picture, books, rules of passage. Oh, she probably has, like, she knows that she shouldn't have pets on board or something. That's probably what it is. These are the rules of passage for travel aboard the SS Budia.
Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden.
There was exactly the same notice in our cabin, too. I wonder what happens if you break the rules? Oh dear.
I'm sure the punishment would be severe, Naruhodo. You'd probably be left to drift in the freezing cold ocean. Okay, Jesus. Or shut inside a tiny wardrobe for days on end.
So I've actually been serving time for weeks now, have I? Yes, this is clearly what we're meant to present.
Yes!
Yes, the reason why you refuse to open your case is written in the rules of passage. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden. Inside that case of yours is something forbidden from carriage on this vessel. That is the real reason why you refuse to open it, thus revealing its contents. As we've seen, the trunk wobbles from time to time, but no weapon or other dangerous item would move of its own accord. Which leaves but one possibility, Miss Pavlova. Inside your traveling case... is the last item listed as forbidden in the vessel's rules of passage, a pet. I see now why the Russian guy was covering for her. Because he's Russian too. He probably helped her escape. Deduction complete. So clearly, you aren't who you said you were.
No, I am not Grimsby Royla. My real name is Nikolina Pavlova. Everything you said was correct.
You absconded during one of your ballet company's performances in order to escape your homeland. Later that same night, you stole aboard this vessel. Which couldn't have been easy, the Burya is a huge steamship with a vast crew. Could she really have snuck on board without being noticed? Especially into a first-class cabin. In order to obscure your true identity, you somewhat recklessly took the guise of an old gentleman. And you intended to sever all links with your past by severing your long hair. Yet to a woman, hair is no trifling matter. My personal recommendation is to leave well alone. So, if it was just you, about to cut off your own hair, who was it that let out the scream we heard from outside the cabin? Jesus Christ, no. That veritable tinkling of a bell? Why, none other than this young lady, naturally. More like a full set of pipes, if you ask me.
I was so scared when I ran away in Shanghai. I was sure that they would come looking for me. That's why I decided to, how do you say, disgust myself, so no one would recognize me. As a result, you transformed yourself into that questionable old man. I see. I put on the fur hat and fake beard. Then, just before you came in here, I saw in the newspaper. Right on the page, there was a picture of me. I was so frightened, I couldn't stop from screaming. I knew that if I didn't change my appearances completely, they would find me. So I decided to cut all my hair as fastly as possible. I picked up the scissors in my hand and... At that precise moment, we walked in through the annoyingly unlocked cabin door. Things happen like that sometimes, don't they? Things do indeed happen like that, from time to time. Are those two even talking about the same thing? There's just one more thing I'd like to know. What exactly do you have inside your traveling case? You were right. It is my dear friend inside. My only friend in the whole world. Please, don't tell anyone. If the captain finds out, if you say to any of the crew... Your secret is safe with us, I assure you. But in return... You must tell us, in as much detail as you can muster, about the events of last night. Yes. All right. I will tell you. Well, Mr. Naruhodo? Wasn't it something Mr. Sholmes' great deduction? It was certainly something, yes. I'm just not entirely sure what. But at least Miss Pavlova has agreed to tell us what she knows. That's incredible. Indeed, it is incredible. Ah, and one more thing. Oh, yes? What? Observe your wrists. Like... Wow, your hands are cuffed again. What? But how? True to my word, I have restored your shackles. There is still a shadow of guilt cast over you, Mr. Naruhodo. I'm sorry to say. It can't be helped at the moment. Can't it? Really? Anyway, let's listen to what Miss Pavlova has to say. I can't go on not knowing. I have to find out what the speckled band that Kazuma-sama wrote about in his diary really was. Alright, let's go through them. Did you know that someone was killed in the cabin next door to this one last night? One of the crewmen told me this morning when I was eating breakfast. The man who died, he was a friend of mine. Oh. That's why we're trying to find out what happened. Did you notice anything unusual last night? Perhaps you heard a strange noise, for example. Perhaps people talking. Perhaps the ship was absorbed by it. Sorry, I went Russian there for a second. Perhaps the ship was absorbed in a wild tempest. Perhaps its steam engine exploded. Perhaps everyone on board would have noticed if that had happened. Miss Pavlova, is there anything you can tell us? I'm telling you, man, it's kind of hard to do 4 different voices at the same time when you don't know who's going to be saying the next line. You're juggling a lot. I don't know. I'm sorry, but all I could think about last night was what I had done and whether they would find. I didn't notice anything that was happening around me. Oh, I see. You've run away from your ballet company, haven't you? The Novovich Ballet? Yes. I am traveling to Great Britain, and from there, I want to go to America. I will never dance again. I want to forget everything about the ballet. I will start a new life. You wish to forget? A challenging proposition. When you have that striking tiara as a reminder. But the tiara is mine. I need it to live.
Need them to do the whole name text thing?
I have no money of my own. The Novovich Ballet gives us only a little food and water, and we must dance all over the world. I had to run away. I had no choice. If I had stayed, it would have killed me.
Just like a little bit of color coordination, I think, up here would be fine.
So you ran away to protect yourself? Yes. And the crew of this ship, they have all been kind to me. They let me come on board, and they said I could hide in this cabin.
If that is indeed the truth, Miss Pavlova, it creates a most intriguing conundrum.
Yes, it does. What do you think about it, Mr. Naruhodo?
Me? Oh, well, yes, of course. I think we should hear Miss Pavlova's explanation. To what conundrum, I'm not sure, but... the conundrum of... What? What is the conundrum? Miss Pavlova, allow me to pose you a riddle. She's like, oh god. According to the newspaper, it was only yesterday that you absconded from the ballet. Now, that being the case, it must have been last night that you boarded this vessel. However, the SS Budia stopped by no port last night. Gotcha. Yeah, because they stopped by Shanghai yesterday during the day. We had discussed that previously. So how is it, pray, that you could come to be aboard?
Now that I think about it, the crewman outside the cabin acted very strangely when we mentioned that. It was just after we asked him about when the occupant of this cabin came aboard. That is not your business.
Yes, you're right. He did seem to be hiding something.
An angel descended from the heavens, bringing grace and beauty to the stage.
Sorry? What was that?
It is how the Russian newspapers described one of my performances. And that is how I came here, too. I descended from the heavens, because I am an angel.
Considering English isn't your mother tongue, your description is very vivid.
Mr. Sholmes once said, I can never resist a touch of the dramatic. It seems Miss Pavlova is the same.
A genius descended from the heavens, bringing grace and beauty to detection. Words once said about myself. No, they weren't. Nobody has ever said that to you, Sholmes. A quote from the wonderfully extravagant advertisement for The Adventures of Herlock Sholmes, in fact. Yes, Mr. Shelley. Anyway, it doesn't look like Miss Pavlova is going to tell us what really happened. So is there a bit of truth in that? Did she descend from the heavens? What year is this shit set in, by the way? I guess it's old enough that there wouldn't be any sort of aircraft involved. I don't think. Which means she's just beating around the bush. So the friend you mentioned is inside your traveling case, is that right?
I don't think animals are allowed on board according to the rules of passage. Oh, please, don't tell. Don't tell any of the crew.
Like late 1940s? Oh, is that how late it is?
If they found my precious.
Then the burly Russian, I read Russian and I just started speaking Russian. Then the burly Russians would bestir themselves in... It's after... Oh, is it after the war? Is it? I thought this was a fair bit earlier than that, but maybe I'm mistaken. Then the burly Russians would bestir themselves in unison to throw you and your case overboard, no doubt.
Ah!
So reassuring, Mr. Sholmes. I think there's a plane on its way to your ship flown by none other than Irmelia Amhart.
But what sort of pet is your friend? A little puppy. It is, isn't it?
You just want it to be a puppy, Susato. Nah, she got a snake, for sure. Maybe an adorable little rabbit?
Ha! You credit Russia as the land with small rabbits, do you?
Oh, don't they have small rabbits there, then?
You may well ask. I have no idea.
Why did you say anything if you have no idea?
You two are miserable bunglers when it comes to understanding the nature of young ballerina's frets. Isn't it obvious? It must be a chicken. Really? Consider the benefits. A rousing wake-up call, daily fresh eggs. And when adversity strikes, it could satisfy the needs of sustenance.
So you'd eat your friends. I'll remember that. No, obviously it's not a chicken.
Well, it would appear this friend's identity is a closely guarded secret not to be revealed.
She obviously doesn't quite trust us yet. There's something I should like to show her, I think. Maybe she might be able to shed some light on it. So you want us to present something. Ah, perhaps the crime scene photograph? She might be able to read what is written there? Yes? Yes. Objection, presentation not needed. Looked it up, apparently 1899. That's kinda, like, I was thinking maybe even a little earlier than that. 1899 is a good ballpark, though. The country was opened up, but it wasn't, like, forcefully opened up, you know what I mean? So it made sense to me that it was before World War II, at least. Miss Pavlova, would you take a look at this? By the way, how's it going, Breaky?
I don't know.
I don't know anything.
Mr. Naruhodo, you're frightening the poor girl.
Oh, sorry. I wasn't trying to. Okay, so you don't want me to present that. Very good, I low-key miss Grimm. Don't tell him he said that he sucks. Don't tell him I said that he sucks. Okay. Where's Grimm been off? Getting ready for school? Yeah, I guess I would have to go with Cosmo's diary here. This is the diary of my friend who passed away. His diary. Yes, and he wrote in it last night before he died. Something a little unusual. It reads... He went to a theme park with IRLs. Oh, I see. Oh, did he go to, like, Disney or something? Is that where... I thought I heard a while back whispers of him coming to, like, Florida for one reason or another. Last night he said he went to a mall with the same IRLs. Maybe I'm thinking of a different thing in this case, then. Maybe I'm thinking of a different person that went to Disney, even. Okay, he stayed in state. Gotcha. So this is not that. Gotcha, gotcha. He's in my backyard. 1:23 a.m. I can hear a faint whistling sound. And then a few minutes later, 1:35 a.m., what looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill.
A speckled band. I don't understand.
It's strange, isn't it? But the ventilator he mentions joins to this cabin, you see. I want to wrestle a gator? I don't think you do. You forgot the silent W. An easy mistake to make. You forgot the silent W. It's up there on the wall.
In other words, this cabin and the victim's cabin are connected together. Oh. Miss Pavlova? Has something occurred to you? Does the speckled band the victim mentioned mean anything to you? Or the whistling sound, perhaps?
So don't let her suck balls. Hit him with the zigzag on the gators. Hit the gators with the zigzag. Or just get behind him.
No. I don't know anything.
Oh. She clearly knows something. She was being cooperative for a while there. Excuse me, Mr. Roylock. Yes, what? Wow, she's fast. Captain would like to speak with you. You must come to Captain's quarters at once, please. All right, I will come now. He should be back today, though, but it is 7 already. Breaking Mrs. Grimm. He's like that meme of the guy staring out the window longingly, with his hands behind his back on the porch.
What?
You must leave now.
Oh no, it's fine. Don't mind us. Yes, please don't worry yourself, Mr. Roylock.
Get out! The passenger said out! Or do you want me to throw you out? Looks like we'll have to leave investigating this cabin until later. The Pablo Escobar meme, yeah. Dog, I haven't had shit to do since Thursday. Damn, man. I can't work because my hands and I have no reasons to leave the house, and games recently be boring as fuck. Games recently be boring as fuck, okay? Watch a show? Just start with episode 312 of One Piece and see how much you can learn via context clues, assuming you haven't already watched One Piece. That would be a fun exercise. Someone just shows me episode 158, and I'm just supposed to figure out what the fuck is going on. It would probably only take 2 episodes. And so we lost our chance. Having still not managed to investigate Miss Pavlova's cabin, we were unceremoniously chased out. I got to like 3 episodes before the finale of Arc 1 of One Piece. Okay. So you've seen a little bit. That is to say, we were quite literally picked up and thrown into the passageway outside. Guess you just gotta watch me instead. Unfortunate. Oh, hey, that was a good save point. Nice. Nice. What are we at? 210? I would go a little longer, but my throat's actually starting to hurt a little bit. And I'm running low on water. So I've seen that fish dude with the sword-looking nose. I don't know anything about One Piece, so that is completely lost on me. What you're describing to me is a swordfish, or a dude wearing a swordfish head. We might do the MC real quick, though. Ooh. 290 streak. Okay, okay. I wish to be free. I wish to be free. Free me from this mortal coil. Actually, I don't even want to save. Because I just saved, like, 3 seconds ago. He hates Nami? I guess that could make sense. Arlong. Arlong is his name. Arlong. So quick, someone give me a mob. We all play Minecraft here. Oh, my bad. Queeping. Aw, man. We don't feel like loading? Okay, there we go. Less health, more height. Less health, more height, but it is hostile. And it spawns not from light level? Ghast? Warden. Does Warden have no classification? I mean, I guess so. That's got way more health, though. Yeah, less health. Yeah, Ghast. Not a Ghast. It does spawn from biome, among other things, though. It is between pre-alpha and alpha 1.2. So this is like a super early mob. Super early mob with between 10 and 20 health, taller than 1.7, but shorter than 4. It's not gonna be like a skeleton of any kind. Is it gonna be a piglin? No, those weren't added until... Well, they were added in the nether at the same time as the nether. So this is pre-nether. This is not a nether mob. Not an end mob. This is simply a mob that was... the hostile mob that was not technically there on release. I'm fairly certain zombies were. But it's pre-Enderman. It is... Mushroom, not hostile, I don't believe. Those are also 1.0. Those are quite late. Other hostiles. I believe silverfish were added, yeah, later. That was added with the strongholds. I don't remember there being any hostile water mobs at first, though. Drowned certainly didn't exist. Evoker, nope, none of the pillagers or villagers or any of that existed back then. Those were added much, much later. Anything nether was not. Charged creeper, but those aren't considered a different mob. It can't be Endermen. Endermen are too late. They were beta 1.8. Can't be phantoms. Those were added later as well. Spiders? But those aren't tall enough. I don't believe. Yeah, they aren't tall enough. Spiders of any kind aren't going to be tall enough. None of the horse variants are considered hostile. Wolves are neutral, right? But those are also added too late. Yeah, there really aren't many choices. I'm just struggling to think of what this is. It's just a hostile mob from like the super early days, but not a creeper, skeleton, spider, or zombie. Skeleton horses are not, they're passive. Yeah, skeleton horses are passive. What am I missing? Did they put Herobrine in here? DJ Stankologist and Salad? That's me, Stankologist and Salad. It feels like it's just a normal height mob, too. Slime. Yes. If depends on which one they use. Okay, they consider slimes 2.04, so it's a slime for sure. Yeah. They consider all slimes to be that height. Slime is what we're looking for. Block. Block, block, block. Provide me with a block of choice. Any block. End rod. Very well. End rod. After 1.9, standard stack size of 64, it is a full block. It is not flammable. It has some amount of blast resistance and hardness, so it's not one of those weird blocks that has like -1 hardness. And it does have some kind of tool that is specific to it. So I'm gonna go all the way to like Deep Slate. We're gonna see where we are in between. Good, we're on the same page. And then as a grown-up, I sold... when I was a kid, there was a game show that would dump slime on people. I remember this to some extent, I think. And then as a grown-up, I sold the ex-host of that show and his mom some shoes. What a strange story to tell, but it's kind of interesting. It's like a small world kind of vibe. Okay, so between 1.10 and 1.16, it's not a tool that uses a pickaxe, but probably not like an axe either. He had another show on the Food Network as well. Less blast resistant, less hard. Something shovelly. Could this be a concrete? Prismarine, tough. Let's see where those land us. Tough is same. Prismarine. Prismarine's pickaxe, so it can't be that. Concrete powder was kind of what I was thinking here. It's not concrete powder. It's not a shovel item, so this is something that is sword or axe in nature. Amazing. Thank you, Jordan. When was cherrywood entered? Unfortunately, all woods are considered the same thing for these purposes, as you can see. There is a certain level of abstraction for some of these. So it would have to be a specific thing that wood makes that is a full block. Bucket of snake hearts. Yeah, that's a block. 13 through 16. Axe or shovel. Nope, can't be shovel. Axe or hoe or sword. Axe or hoe or sword. I can't think of too many other things. It being axe or hoe or sword. Hay bale. Okay, that's hoe, right? Now hay bale's too early. Though I did just think of shears as well. That is an option as well. Snow would be digging. Non-flammable, but a full block. I don't suppose this could be like a cartographer's table. Well, well, well. Damn it. It even fit all the requirements. Wet farmland, technically not a full block. Wet sponge. Sponge. Unfortunately, the wet version does not seem involved, and also, funny enough, pre-alpha. Alright, so we're in 115 or 116. It's not an axe either. Hoe or shears or a sword. But not cobweb, because that's not a full block. Farmland is technically not a full block. It's like, it's like slightly lowered. Coral? Coral! Nope, those are any. Also, it looks like the C update was 1.13. Bee Nest, I think, are older, but maybe I'm mistaken. Nope, but they are axe, so it can't be those. I don't remember what 115 and 116 were, is the problem. 114 was the villager update, I believe. 113 was C. This is 115 or 116, and then 117 was caves and cliffs. So it's something between those. I'm kind of tempted to just guess a sheared block to see if it is a sheared block, like a dry bush or something. Okay, it's not shears either. Does that mean it's sword? Let's try cobweb. Soul soil. That's shovel. It's not bro, what do you even what else do you pick up blocks with? If it's not any or pickaxe, shovel, axe, shears, or sword, what other options do you have? Hoe? It has to be a hoe at that point, right? But farmland's not a full block. But hand would be any. It can't be a creative block because creative blocks notably have a hardness of -1, I believe. Either that or the blast resistance is -1. Like if I go command block, hardness -1. Can't be any of the creative blocks. And also I think those would technically be any or none. Could this be a tool? Could this be a none? But what is bedrock? Yeah, it could like those nuns. Unless there is one that is like a nun, but it's not. Like, is it a trial spawner? But those were 121. Yeah, it's not that. Um, I guess I can go farm. No, but farmland's not actually picked up with a hoe. Dried kelp. It doesn't fit the versioning, but I want to see if it's a hoe item. It is a hoe item. It's a hoe item. Them's hoes. 115 or 116, it's a hoe item. Which makes me think like, are crates? No. Crates aren't even in. So many jokes I'm just not making right now. Too low-hanging fruit on the hoe bit. So many your mom jokes. So little time. Shroomlight. Okay, I can see that. Possibly fits. Does look like it generally fits. Let's go Shroomlight. It is. Yes, yes. I think honeycomb is axe. All right, last one. Well, second to last one. Item. Feather. It's a horrible first guess, but I'm doing it anyways. This is something that cannot be crafted. It cannot be crafted, and it is not renewable. Cannot be crafted is not renewable, so it's something that is limited by the spawns of the world. It is not an ingredient. It has a stack size of less than 64. It is uncommon or rare, and it is not looted from containers or mobs. It is not looted from containers or mobs. Is the hammer looted from containers or mobs? What is it gotten from if not those? Possible. I could see it. Or it's not, wait, it's not called a hammer, is it? It's called a mace. Oh. Oh, you craft the mace. Oh, oh okay. What's it? Spear? Spear? Nope. Those are looted. Potion of some kind? No. Those are all common. You get a heavy core out of the trial chamber things. Well, it could be a heavy core then, right? Nope, those stack, unfortunately. So if it's not from those two things, it could be traded by a villager. Enchanted book, maybe? Could be partially renewable. I see that doesn't quite fit the other requirements, but I'm going to click this one just to see where we're at. It's more rare than uncommon, and it is a 1 stack size. It's after 1.4.6. It is definitely not renewable at all. It's also not fishable or tradable. It's not fishable or tradable. Happy Gast? Happy Gast? Like a Gast saddle? Whatever that's called, a harness? No, those are crafted, right? Yeah, those are crafted. Dragon egg. Uncommon. No, dragon egg is an block, technically, right? You can place it in the world. Epic rarity or higher, and Dragon's Breath didn't work. It was uncommon. There is a dry happy ghast you can pick. What the fuck? Would that not be a mob drop, though? Oh, it's a block? Okay. Epic. Epic or rarer? Rarer. 1.13? Some rare. It's a 1 stack, though. Is there a bucket of something that's considered rare? No. Ooh, what was that? The fuck are you? What is this? Debug stick. I mean, I don't see why it couldn't be a debug stick. Not, but okay, it's not a creative item. Not an operator utility, but it is not looted or have a recipe. It is not renewable, which means, to put it simply, it's unattainable. If you can't pick it up and you can't make it and it's not renewable, then it's not attainable, right? Unless it's netherite or something. Netherite ore, but that's a block, and you would craft the scrap with the furnace. And I think that's true of all the various ores. Diamonds aren't considered epic rarity, surely. Technically, you can loot in places too, eh? Before 113, after 1.4.6. So this is before the aquatic update. Before the aquatic update, so it's not going to be any of that crap either. I don't think tridents are considered that. They drop anyways, right? Right? What the hell else has no way to obtain it? Well, I guess it would be tough for me to know, eh? Considering I wouldn't be able to obtain it. Oh, I guess there's chorus fruit. Okay, so it's not like it's entirely unattainable if you could just, like, collect it in the world as is without ever having to do anything with it. You just pick it up from something. And it's got to be something that you pick up. Barrier's probably a block, right? Yeah, barrier's a block. Um, it's something you would punch whatever it is, and you would get a different item than what you punched, and you wouldn't be able to place it back. Right? Like, what the fuck does Sniffers pick up? What is that? It's like an item of some kind, right? What do they dig up? They don't dig up like truffles, right? They dig up some random crap, don't they? Because that's technically not looted. Maps are picked up from various places. Okay, DJ. How's it going? What's up, Jordan? Let's see if we can narrow it down a little more. After 1.7.2 as well. Okay. Land focus strike, faster than light, or beam cell. Ooh, that's tough. I would personally say FTL. I think there. It's two card draw, but at the same time, upgraded focus strike giving you four focus is not bad. I feel like it's probably not beam cell. This is before Ocean. Indeed, this is before Ocean. I might just need to move on from this one, to be honest. It's not coming to me. Focus Striker FTL, I think there's an argument to be made for either. I do like the idea of FTL giving you two card draw, but it's also not like the strongest card or anything. Music disc, drop from mobs. These have actually been in the game for a really long time, though, too, funny enough. That skeleton creeper interaction has been in the game since like the very, very beginning. Be the change you want to see, bro. Pick up a turbo. But Focus Strike giving 4 is good enough. Pillagers, I don't remember. It's probably around crossbow, right? Was it 1.14? Yeah, because pillagers all had crossbows, so it would have had to have been 1.14 or later. Uh, Epic rarity. Time to just start pressing buttons until I see something epic. Elytra gets farmed. Elytra again. What? There's no items that start with left bracket. That's absurd. Oh, there's no J items. What the fuck are you? What is this? Knowledge book. Well, apparently it's the answer. What the fuck is that? What is a knowledge book? I haven't even heard of that. You like Refract way more than you should? It is a good card, I think. I've never even heard of this. Knowledge book. Hold on. Knowledge book. Minecraft. What are you? Oh, that would explain why I never use it. It reveals available crafting recipes to the player when used. So it just unlocks all crafting recipes. Yeah. Which is wild. Because I don't use that way at all. Can I? Yeah, you can do slabs and stairs with this. Cool. Can you do slabs with that? You can. There's only 11 today. Wait, so the button is itself? Whoa. Red die. Is that nether brick? No, that's netherite, isn't it? Obviously wood. You can do this as well. Okay. What do you do with, can you make a tall one of those? Is that a thing? I don't remember what the hell to do with those. Block of netherite. Yeah. And, Forget if there's a table that uses it. You can't do like sticks with wood. Oh, fucking. Oh, I already crafted that one. Okay. I thought I was being an idiot, but I actually did remember that one. Try filling with all pointy. Oh, is there a block of it? No, there's not a block of it either. Maybe it's just 4. It's just 4. There we go. Perhaps it is just 4. Sulfur. Sulfur is what it is. That was an easy enough one. Sometimes there's like 38 of those, so I'm glad there was only 11 today. All right. We raid. Who do we raid? Who do we raid? Saren is Uma-ing. Noah is Palworlding. Ain't nobody flame baited? Who's that? Is that someone that Grim often raids out to? I don't know beyond one step beyond myself. Guy in Grim's chat. I see. Understood. I'm gonna raid. I think I'm gonna raid. I haven't raided Noah in a while. I want to see how he's doing on Palworld. He's funny joke. His funny joke. All right, guys. I will see you tomorrow for more of the same of this. Hopefully these last 2 days will allow me enough time to get through this whole scenario. It seems like we're getting pretty close to being put on blast on trial. That'll be fun. I will see you guys tomorrow for that. Peace out.
Interstellar.